Hello, good friends. And how are we doing this fine evening? Where's Miss Claire? Ah, Miss Claire, can we have a platter of your fine meats and cheeses to partake during our tale tonight? We last left off with our adventurers leaving the home of Weaver Albus, after being tasked with seeking out an old friend to help decipher the map they found at the caravans. The group then headed to the Lock and Key Inn to find respite for the evening. Along the way, Ari, whom is lagging behind, spots some children harassing an old vagrant. As she scares the children away, the vagrant thanks her, and Ari recognizes the voice of her old mentor, Rowan. Thank you, Miss Claire. This selection looks scrumptious. As always, here's a coin for your fine services. Rowan then explains to a shocked Ari the events that unfolded after their last encounter. Ari thought Rowan to be dead, when in fact he was taken by the Guardians and tortured for information on Ari's whereabouts. Not giving in to their tactics, he was then sentenced to be cursed with stone hands and feet, as well as being bound to the city, lest he become a statue outside the city limits. Rowan, at a loss, asked Ari for help, finding a lost item in the Fourn wood, the Amulet of Restoration, to restore him and remove the curse of stone. Without hesitation, Ari faithfully agrees to take on the task for him. The pair then heads off to catch up with the others at the Lock and Key Inn. As Kelbrix and Gorath arrive at the inn, they find a disgruntled Syndra demanding answers about Ari after just discovering a wanted poster for her. Kelbrix and Gorath declare this is the first time they have seen this, just as Ari arrives with the mysterious Rowan. Syndra very loudly and boldly proclaims her irritation and disappointment and confronts Ari about it. With no real explanation or resolve, they all enter the inn. Upon greeting the innkeeper, Syndra claims her usual room and disappears above the stairs. The rest of the group obtains rooms and feast as they converse on the recent turn of events. Ari tells the group about Rowan and explains her wanted poster, while Rowan regales the details of the task he has appointed to her. After a long discussion and a good meal of chicken and ale, Gorath has voted to break the news to Syndra that their venture to decipher the map will be delayed while they help Rowan first. Gorath finds Syndra's room, number 5, by process of elimination, and begins weaving a confusing explanation about delivering justice to dwarven crimes. Syndra seems lost, but in better spirits defers to discuss this matter in the morning. The rest of the group heads to their rooms and finally gets a long-awaited and much-needed night's rest. Excuse me? What's that, Miss Claire? Oh my. I'm sorry, friends. It looks like the tavern is closing down for the evening. Join me tomorrow for the next chapter in our pretty tale, and don't be afraid to leave me a remark and share our tale with your friends. Until then. Hello everyone, and welcome to Crit Eating Grin, a 5th edition D&D real play podcast where we play a campaign set in the fantasy world of Solaris as we follow the chronicles of 3 adventurers as they explore the continent of Alteratus. It is my pleasure to present to you the players that will bring to life our 3 adventurers that we will be following. To my right we have...
I'm Jason, playing Gorath Thunderfist, champion fighter, and I am ready, willing and able to right this cosmic wrong that has been bestowed upon us.
And I am Brian, playing Kelbrix Goldfound, a human grave cleric. I am very intrigued by what Ari has been accused of stealing.
And I'm Katie, playing Ari Arcalis, a wanted tiefling rogue, who is astounded by the return of her thought-to-be-dead best friend.
And my name is Eric, and I will be your dungeon master in this chapter of our tale. Everyone has completed a long rest, as you all feel invigorated and ready to hit the road. What would you all like to do?
Okay. Well, Syndra's supposed to be meeting us downstairs, right?
That is correct. The only one who really knows this, though, is your friend Gorath. You two Ari and Kelbrix are of the understanding that you're to meet her at Brahm's Goods at first thing in the morning, as she needed supplies. Gorath, on the other hand, was told otherwise.
Alright, well, I will head down, wait for Ari and Gorath to make their way downstairs as well.
I'm also going to make my way downstairs.
And I'll follow Gorath down.
As you all arrive in the sitting area of the Lock and Key Inn, you will spot Syndra at one of the tables available, if not the same one you all used the night before. She stares blankly into a cup of some sort of breakfast drink, possibly some type of juice or something to that effect. A plate of half-eaten food sits in front of her as she just seems to be lost in thought.
I'm gonna turn to Gorath and, how did she take what we were doing last night?
she said she was going to talk to us. Seemed like a pretty well conversation. Very well.
Okay.
I talked to her about it. That's what I was asked.
That sounds convincing.
She's here.
She is here.
Slowly making his way down the steps, Rowan. Step after step, one foot to the other foot. Rowan makes his way down to where the group is sitting in the sitting area.
Alright, I'll head over to Syndra.
Gorath, are you heading over there?
I set this up. Of course I'm going to go sit over there. I am a conversation starter.
I'm gonna hide behind Gorath. Because I'm still worried about what Syndra's gonna say.
Good morning, Syndra.
Yes, good morning. Rested well, I take it?
Yeah, how about yourself?
Not so much. A lot of things on my mind. As I told Gorath, who did interrupt my rest, as a matter of fact, that I'd meet you all here in the morning. I see he conveyed that message to you all, as you all here.
Yeah,
sure.
I always come through.
Right, well, I'm under the understanding that there's some sort of detour or side quest?
Yes, I believe that we're going to be helping Ari and Rowan here right some wrongs and see if we can make Rowan's life a little bit better.
Well, that's what I've been kind of restless over during the night. You see, it's something that has me in a bit of a conflict. I am afraid I'm going to have to, as they would say, sit this one out. I will wait here for you all a few days. I'll go speak with Albus, maybe catch up with him and do a few odds and ends until you return. Let's say we meet here midday 4 days from now at the Skeleton Key Tavern. That should give you all enough time to complete your little task.
Alright, where's that tavern at?
It's at the entrance of Key Village, north of here, a few moments' ride.
Yes, I missed that, since we went, right here at the Key Village, Lock and
Key Inn, yes.
Yes, Lock and Key Inn. Yes, that's fine. That'll work.
Right.
It'll probably be 2 days, right? A day's travel there, handle it, come back.
Probably?
Right, so I will hopefully see you in 4 days at the tavern. I would suggest paying a visit to Brahm's supplies before you go.
Yeah, I think that would be wise.
As Syndra will just continue to sit there quietly. Would you all like to get breakfast here, or will you be hitting the road early?
I think we should probably hit the road.
We should go.
Gorath, come on.
Huh? Oh, yeah, let's go.
Before we leave, I'm gonna turn to Rowan and ask, are you gonna be okay while we're gone?
I'll be fine. I have a few places and things I can do. I too will meet you all with Syndra at the Skeleton Key Tavern when you return, hopefully with good news.
Alright.
Do you think we should put him up in the inn for a couple of nights?
I'll look back to Rowan. I can pay for your room.
I mean, it's quite alright if... I don't want to impose.
You're not imposing. I'm just gonna go up to, what's his face?
Yankus.
Yeah, Yankus. At the check-in desk or front table or whatever?
Yankus is at the front table. He'll be sitting there looking over paperwork and logbooks as you approach. Yes? Good morning. No, hopefully you rested well. Here, to turn in your key, are you? Or perhaps another night stay. Yes? No?
Okay. Actually, I'm hoping to rent the room for a few more days.
Oh, excellent. Yes, it is still available. As agreed upon, 6 silver pieces or 3 electrum.
How many for 4 days?
Oh, let's see. Let me do the math. That's 6, 12, 18, 20, 24 silver pieces. Yes, 24 silver pieces. 12 electrum. Or 2 gold, 4 silver, if I math that correctly.
Alright. Well, here's that, and I'll hand over 2 gold and 4 silver.
Excellent. Then you can hold on to the key for a little bit longer.
Okay. And then I'll move back over to the table and hand the room key over to Rowan.
He will take the key with his stone hand the best he can. Looks to you as if there's a little emotion in his eyes, as he's very grateful and thankful.
Alright. And then I'm actually going to go back over to Yankus and hand him 3 more gold and ask if he'll provide a few meals for however much that would be.
Excellent. I'll make sure to do that. So as Gorath and Kelbergs have already made their way out, and you have secured a room as well as accommodations, food and drink for the next several days for your friend Rowan, taking your leave is when Syndra will move in front of you, cutting you off just before you leave the inn. She gets a little close, not uncomfortably close, but close, and she looks at you as she leans in and whispers, "If you're going to try to find this sanctuary or laboratory, you're going to need this." And she attempts to do a sleight of hand. Let's see. Which is pretty solid, and she's going to slip it into your hand. A tuning fork. She will lean back in and say, "This is something that us threaders use. You see, a lot of us, when we hunt relics, magic items, and things, we like to leave an arcanic breadcrumb trail, if you will. You'll be able to figure it out. Good luck." Cinder will go sit back at the table. At this point, Ari, you'll make your way out of the inn. While this is taking place, Kelbrix and Gorath, what will the two of you be doing?
Well, I want to go through my backpack and see what I have and kind of what I could use for this upcoming trip. And I never did get my mace back from Cinder,
You sure did not.
You want to go ask her for it?
No, she'll probably be better with it than I will be anyways. Yeah, so just trying to find out what in the world I need to buy.
Gorath, what are you going to be doing as you look to see Kelbrix shuffling through his gear and belongings, taking stock of his supplies?
Well, I'm just going to be stretching, enjoy the nice fresh air outside, just going to pace back and forth, waiting for everybody ready to go. A little upset that my Syndra's a part of the team chat. She still wanted to sit this one out. Kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
I mean, it did touch her deeply, just saying. But certain things. Anyway, as you're standing there is when you'll hear... You look and you'll see your horse has ventured close to the inn and is starting to gnaw on some nearby grass.
Whose dwarven horsey is that?
It looks to you as it chews on the grass and then looks back down to the grass and begins to eat again.
Alright, I'm going to run up and hit it on the back of the head. Do a little pat. Not hit it, I guess, is what I should say. I give it a little pat.
Yes, please do not beat your horse.
Yeah. Yeah, we forgot our horses down at...
Albus's. We sure did.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to head down the road, go to Albus's place where we had tied off our horses, and see if mine and Ari's are still there.
Ari, you will come out to see that Kelbrix is nowhere to be found, and Gorath is standing there like a small child, awkwardly petting the top of his horse's head.
Where did Kelbrix go? And wasn't your horse down at Albus's house?
He's a good horse. It followed us.
Apparently. You didn't answer the other question, though.
Where did Kelbrix he went that way. And I'll point down towards the giant turtle shell.
Kelbrix, you make your way at a quickened pace as all these different things run through your head of what could have happened or transpired to the horses. As you arrive, you will see that both Ari and your horses are tied off like before.
Alright, I'll grab Buttercup and Ari's horse and head back towards the inn.
Ari and Gorath, over the next several moments, as you are looking around, trying to find Kelbrix, you both will see Kelbrix making his way up the road toward you. As he walks up with the horses, Kelbrix will hand off the reins to your horse, Ari. You all will saddle up, mounting the horses, and at this point, I need to know what your riding order is going to be.
Well, before that, we're going to get some goods and everything. Just wanted to make sure our horses were still alive and close by.
Perfect. So, you all will trot down the way, pulling the horses up in front of the general store that is Brahm's Goods, as you each notice that it is exceptionally busy for this time in the morning. Travelers, as well as locals, are coming and going, purchasing and gathering various supplies needed to aid in the many tasks on their agenda. Looking around, you will find a spot on the nearby post to hitch your horses and tie them off, if you wish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Walking your horses over to the post, you will dismount as you tie them off. Who's going in?
I will.
I'll go in.
I'm with.
Maneuvering through the crowd, you make your way into Brahm's Goods. There's nothing extravagant about the general store. It is a large homestead that was converted into a storefront, with living quarters above, like most of the buildings here in the village. You will each see a half-orc male behind a large wooden counter located on the west side of the building. Well-crafted, handmade shelves line the walls, as well as make up the aisleways. These shelves are cram-packed full of unorganized supplies and various goods. The people seem to enjoy it as they are going around looking for things, grabbing things, and so forth. As you all hear the half-orc as he bellows above the crowd noise as you enter. Welcome to Brahm's Goods. Feel free to browse and shop.
Alright, I'll browse around looking for some rations to pick up, as well as feed for the horses, about 3 days worth.
You will be able to find rations haphazardly stacked on a shelf in the northwestern corner near the front desk, as a sign near the rations read, horse feed round back, speak with Brahm. The prices on most items are standard player handbook prices. The thing that is interesting about the prices, though, is that there are two price values on the items. The first number on the tag will essentially be a standard gold, silver, copper value, while the second number on the tag is an electrum piece value. So Kelbrix, if you want to go ahead, you can just pretty much figure out what all you're going to get. Gorath, is there anything you were interested in?
Do they have any hammers?
They do.
Which type? Regular, great, anything like that?
So you're looking for a hammer, like a weapon.
Yes.
You will be able to find a basic hammer used for building or constructing with. As you begin to lose hope while searching, that is when you'll spot a warhammer. A well-worn warhammer that has a price tag hanging from it.
I'm taking the warhammer.
As you look at the price tag on the warhammer, it is labeled 15 gold pieces, or 10 electrum pieces. Ari, as you look around, your friends have parted ways, going in different directions, making vastly different purchases, if you will. Would you be so kind as to make a perception check?
Okay. That is 2 plus 4, 4, 6. It's great.
With a 6, as you have been browsing in the store, you will notice your wanted poster is posted in this store.
Perfect. Looking around, do I see where Kelbrix is?
Looking around, you notice Kelbrix within 10 feet of you in the northwestern corner comparing rations, as you spot Gorath focusing, studying on 2 hammers. One is a regular claw hammer used in construction, and the other is this war hammer, which he seems to like. Juggling them in his hands, studying them, smelling them, even licking them. He's more on the eastern side of the building, 20 to 25 feet away from you, though.
Alright. I'm gonna go up to Kelbrix. can you get me some feed? I'm gonna go outside because my wanted poster is on the wall over there.
Oh, so it is. Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, cool.
Alright, I'll take a look around. Do they have a mace by chance?
They will have a well-worn mace for sale.
Okay.
The price value on these maces, or the mace that you're looking at, is 4 gold pieces or 2 electrum pieces.
Okay, that's interesting.
As stated before, there are 2 price values to the items sold here, a standard as well as an electrum. While studying the 2 prices, you do notice that the electrum value seems to be significantly reduced, almost half price on most cases.
Yeah, okay. Wish I had some electrum pieces. Well, I will grab the mace and grab 4 days worth of rations, and I guess I'll grab 10 days worth of feed for a single horse.
Okay, so you will walk up and Brahm says, "You find everything you need?"
Yep, just need 10 days worth of feed for some horses.
Oh, excellent. Feed is round back. One of my helpers will be able to help you with that. You will just have to show them this here little, what I like to call receipt. And he will hand you a wooden token.
Okay.
They'll set you up nicely.
Alright, so I'll hand over a total of 6 gold, and I should get 5 silver back.
So he reaches into his drawer, and what you can see is he has all types of assorted coin. Silver, platinum, gold, and then the largest coin amount he has is electrum. He reaches in, and he grabs some silver, handing you back 5 silver. Kelbrooks, you can go ahead and deposit your coin into the coin chest. For all you listeners out there, the players are using 3D printed coins that I designed and printed myself for the currency. You can check it out at our website, creatinggrin.com, or at our YouTube channel. Here's your change.
Perfect. Thank you.
Who's next? And someone will kind of push up to the counter where you were, Kelbrooks, as you take your things and your receipt and begin to head out.
Yeah, I'll head out and see Ari and say, alright, feed's around back. Gonna go get it as I head around back and grab the feed.
Awesome. Gorath, as you're still in Brahm's goods, is there anything else you're interested in?
Nope. I got exactly what I wanted.
Alright, so you step up to the counter. Oh, a mighty fine weapon for a warrior such as yourself, sir.
And I'm going to hand the 15 gold pieces over.
Gorath, if you want to go ahead and deposit your coin into the coin chest, please. Perfect. Good hunting.
How many skulls has this thing crashed already?
Oh, here, let me take a look. He will examine it as he says, oh, right here. See on the handle? There's these little notches. There's 15 of them.
No wonder why it was 15 gold pieces, one for each beautiful notch.
Well, I'm glad you're pleased. Good luck, sir, like I said.
Oh, this is going to be doubled by the time I get back.
Oh, hopefully you will. I'll hold you to that when you return. I expect the handle to be full of notches.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna walk off, holding my hammer and glazing at it as I walk out the store.
Next is what you'll hear. As you step off to the side, another person moves up, putting their goods on the counter in order to make their transaction. Kelbrooks and Ari, you make your way around the building to gather your feed. There will be 2 young lads, maybe 15 to 14 years of age, both human, shirtless at this point. They're lifting hay and feed and sacks of grain and different things, loading them into wagons and on horses as well as mules. As you walk up to one, he looks at you and says, "Can I help you, ma'am or sir?"
Yeah, I'll hand the receipt over.
Ah, right. So you want a little bit of feed for your horses? Right over here, this way. He'll lead you over to a stall with various sacks of feed. As the lad begins to pull and count out the appropriate amount of feed sacks that you paid for, which is 10 days worth, correct?
That's right.
As he will hand over 10 sacks of feed to you both.
Perfect.
As you both make your way around the front of Brahm's goods with the sacks of feed, you'll see Gorath coming out of Brahm's as he has his newly purchased warhammer cradled in both hands, looking at it. It even shines a little extra special in the sunlight.
It's so pretty.
Alright, well, are we ready?
I think so. Looks like Goroth's got a new toy.
So now, I would like a riding order.
Alright, I can go first. I kind of know the general area. It was explained somewhat briefly to us.
It's in the Fourn Wood?
Yeah, kind of hoped we'd get a little more detail last night.
Yeah, I was pretty exhausted.
Well, this will be fun then. I think it'll be worthwhile checking in, getting a better approximation.
I'll let you all know this. Based off what Rowan told you last night, it's about all he knows. As Rowan was just going off of what he overheard, as well as what he looked into. He doesn't really know much more than you all at this point. The other thing both Kelbrix and Ari would know is the Arcanists typically are tight-lipped individuals. But you are all welcome to go back and speak with Rowan if you wish.
I don't think that's going to be very helpful.
Okay.
Ari, your passive perception is?
14.
Excellent. After you finish the conversation on whether to question Rowan further, you're going to notice two men walking out of Brahm's goods. One of them points in the general direction of the group.
And it's time to go!
Righto. Gorath, come on, we're out.
All right.
With Kelbrix leading the way, you all begin to ride out. Kelbrix, will you please give me a survival check in order to direct the party in the direction you believe you need to travel?
Okay. That's 8 total. 5 plus 3.
Perfect. I would now like for everyone to make an animal handling check to see how well you all ride.
It's 18 for me. 15 plus 3.
That's good.
I've got a big fat 7. 4 plus 3.
I got a 1. So, 3. 1 plus 2.
Kelbrix, you mount up, nudging the side of Buttercup as you take off in a gallop. Gorath, your horse fights you a little bit as you pull really hard on the reins of your horse, getting it under control as you begin following behind Kelbrix. Gorath is somewhere around 10 feet behind you, Kelbrix. Meanwhile, Ari's horse is giving her fits as it is trying to buck her off her saddle. As you look back, Kelbrix, you see that Ari's horse has not moved. As you both look back, noticing that you are somewhere around 15 to 20 feet ahead of her, as you all hear, right there! She's right there! As you all see the two humans that came out of Brahm's goods pointing in the group's direction, having seemingly gathered guards at this point. The two humans are pointing directly at Ari, as her horse is trying to still buck her off.
Okay, I'm gonna loop back around and try to get Ari. Come on, Ari.
I'm trying!
Kelbrix, as you make your way back around, telling her to come on, Ari, why don't you go ahead and give me another animal handling check to see if you can get things under control.
That's a 7. 5 plus 2.
That's a little better, as your
Gosh.
horse, Ari, does settle down. At this point, you hear, "Say, you there, on the horse! You, yes, you!" Kelbrix, as you trot back towards Ari, you're going to see a lawman pointing directly at Ari. This lawman is about 15 feet away from you, as Ari finally gets her horse moving in the right direction.
Alright, so I'm gonna be like, oh, huh? What? Me? You need me? Okay, yeah, I'll be right there. I'm gonna start riding towards this guard.
No, not you, no! As he tries to move you.
Oh, yep, sorry. As I'm just kind of steering the horse in his way.
Move your beast, move it! Is what he's going to say.
Sorry, sorry, Buttercup, come on, Buttercup.
Kelbrix says you hedge off the lawman, veering his path, preventing him from getting to Ari, who has finally got her horse moving. You will look and see that Ari has caught up with Gorath, as you will quickly turn Buttercup in the direction, galloping towards them as you all ride off, avoiding any confrontation up to this point, riding in the direction Kelbrix is now leading everyone in.
Thanks, Kelbrix.
Yeah.
As you all travel, you will ride for a long, hard day, as you head in a southwestern direction.
So at this point, since we're out of the city, I'm gonna pull out the tuning fork Sindri gave me and show it to Kelbrix and say, Cinder gave me this. She said the threaders use it to find magical items. It might be of use.
Okay.
Have you ever used one before?
No, I have not. Can I take a look at it and see if I can figure out how this might be used?
Sure.
Alright, what would that require?
Give me an investigation check, please.
Alright. That's 18. No, sorry. 13. 13 on the dice, plus 0.
So somewhere around midday through the day, Ari decides, hey, I'm going to let you look at this. As you examine this with your 13, you come to the realization, man, this is a tuning fork. You study this thing every which way, upside down, left ways, sideways, that ways, all ways, whatever ways you can look at it. And you're literally like, this is just a tuning fork. You strike it and it vibrates and makes noise.
Yeah, not sure how this is going to help.
Let me see it, I guess. And then I'm going to try and look at it too.
Sure. Give me an investigation check as well. And I'll give you advantage because he's already examined it all the ways.
It's just a tuning fork, Ari.
Well, hang on. I got a nat 23.
Well done. Ari, you take all the information gained from Kelbrick's investigation from the tuning fork and you study it as well. Only to disappointingly come to the realization as well that it is indeed a tuning fork. With this certainty, you are left even more confused, wondering what the hell am I going to do with a tuning fork? Because all I can literally do is strike it, making vibrations and sound, and that is it.
Well, this is useless. She couldn't have been that mad at me, right?
Nah, well, I mean, Eric, would I have heard of wizards using tuning forks for different things?
That's a great question. Why don't you go ahead and give me a history check to see what Kelbrick knows?
Okay. So 16 plus nothing. So 16.
16 is really good. Kelbrick, you're not 100% certain, but you do believe you have a pretty good idea that a tuning fork can be used as spell components as well as other magical means and methods. For example, the spell Arcane Gate, Plane of Travel, etc., also known to use tuning forks in those spells, as well as bards, they use them to tune their instruments.
Okay.
It's not useless, it's just you both seemingly thought it was going to be something extra special, and it's literally a tuning fork.
Seems useless.
Yeah.
As the day goes on, you'll all continue riding as the weather is going to be comfortable. A sunny day with the temperature around 70 to 74 degrees. You all will take the appropriate breaks for rations, so make sure you reduce one of your rations for the day. I assume you all will spend the time to feed one of the horses as well.
Yep.
So after breaking, you will all mount back up, riding on. As Gorath and Ari, you will both follow the lead of Kelbrick. As he rides in the direction you all need to go. As the sun begins to fade, Kelbrick, you contemplate and wonder how reliable this intel was as you continue in a southwestern direction. The longer you ride, the longer you feel like this is a wild goose chase for sure. As the light continues to fall, the cool night air will settle in, bringing the party to a stop about 70 feet from the Fourn wood tree line. Looking at the tree line, you all will notice that there is a fog rolling out towards you. The fog spreads around everything that gets in its path, as it seems to stop just a little past the tree line. Soft motes of green light begin to riddle the forest beyond the tree line. The longer you stare, the more it almost resembles a starry night sky. Your horses seem slightly apprehensive, but still cooperative at this point. The vision beyond the forest line is very obscure as the fog has settled in, especially for those without dark vision, which would be both Gorath and Kelbrick. Ari, you will have a slightly easier time with your dark vision.
Okay, well, since it's dark and I'm leading the way, I'll cast light on something, so those of us without dark vision can see a little bit better.
And what would you like to cast light on? Something you're holding, perhaps?
Yeah, I guess just the tip of my mace.
So as you draw forth your new used mace, you touch the tip of it, as light will beam from it. Gorath, this is Good for you, as it now gives you an easier time of seeing as your friend Kelbrix once again takes up his mace and touches it. Light illuminates from the head of the mace, shedding light in the area of 20 feet of bright and 40 feet of dim. With the light now shining, you all will notice the grass leading up to the Fourn Woods forest line is tall grass, as there is one large boulder that you're able to see nearby.
Alright, and you said that we see some green orbs floating.
You do. They are some sort of light source that slowly drifts beyond the forest line. They are probably about the size of a marble or a pea from this distance.
Okay.
These floating green orbs riddle the inner portions of the Fournwood, resembling a starry night sky, as some of the orbs blink very softly, while others drift a little here and a little there.
Well, that's interesting. Hey, let me see that tuning fork real quick.
Alright, there you go.
Alright, I'm going to take it, I'll tap it, and then I'm going to try and match whatever frequency it's giving off.
Tell you what, give me an Arcana check, if you would, please.
Okay, an Arcana check. Let's see. That's 17 plus 0.
Striking it, the tuning fork begins to growing in intensity as nothing happens. Ari, your passive perception is a 14, correct?
Yep.
Ari, you begin to quickly notice that as he's using the tuning fork, that the motes of green light all blink out as it gets dark again. Not long after Kelbrix, you quickly notice that as well.
All of the lights? Because normally it'd be the opposite.
Yeah, I'm going to grab the tuning fork so it stops the noise to see if those lights will come back.
When you do that, as you sit there waiting for a moment, you begin to see 2 glowing green lights in the distance, followed by another 2 glowing green lights, and another 2 glowing green lights. These lights that appear seem to be a little different. I would like for everyone to give me a perception check, please.
Alright, 14 plus 5, so 19 for me.
Unnat 22, 18 plus 4.
Alright, perfect. Gorath.
Oh, I'm completely content. I'm just sitting here watching the lights.
Oh god.
Ari and Kelbrix, as the two of you stare at these green lights, you begin noticing that they are closer together than the others were, showing up as pairs. As it then clicks, oh, these aren't green lights, these are glowing eyes, as you begin to hear rustling branches and brush as 3 direwolves
Oh shit.
Lovely.
slowly emerge, looking in your direction, and you can hear their deep, guttural growl.
Yeah.
As I would like for everyone to roll for initiative.
Alright,
Great.
let's see, huh?
Puppies.
Angry puppies.
That's a 13 for me. 11 plus 2.
Okay.
And 2 for me. 4 minus 2.
11. 8 plus 3.
Let's see what our direwolves get here. I'm going to do them as one group instead of individually. So they'll all go at the same initiative count. So for those of you out there keeping track, here's the initiative. The direwolves will be first in the initiative order, followed by Gorath, then Ari, and our residential bottom dweller, Kelbrix. As you put together that the glowing green lights are eyes, you see 3 direwolves slowly stalking out of the tree line, hunkering down close to the ground, as they just stop, staring at each of you, snarling and growling as saliva drips from their fangs. Now, as for Ari, Gorath, and Kelbrix, the only thing you can see is the glowing eyes of these 3 direwolves, as well as hear their snarling and growling.
Alright, great. Now we heard them howling and everything, so are we aware
Yes,
that
yes.
this-
You're aware of what they are as well as their intentions based off the noises they're making, because you've studied them long enough, or the area long enough of the Fournwood, the forest line there. You can subtly make out the silhouettes of where they are. These are very large dire wolves.
Tuning fork again, maybe?
So you want to use a tuning fork again?
Well, I was gonna wait to see what they were gonna do.
They will end their turn moving into position.
Oh no, I was actually waiting to see what Gorath and Ari were gonna do.
I gotcha.
I told you to use the tuning fork.
That's fine.
Gorath, you are next.
Alright, I'm gonna dismount my good pony here that has been with me. And I'm going to arm myself with the shield and the warhammer.
So using half your speed, you dismount your horse as you draw forth your shield as well as your warhammer.
Correct.
You still have half speed left, Gorath. Are you good, or is there something else you want to do?
I'm going to move a little bit away from the horse. I'm going to spread myself. Shield in left hand. I'm going to raise the warhammer with my right hand. And I'm just going to try to make myself bigger.
Nice.
Do it.
Tell you what, go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
That's an 11. 8 plus 3 intimidation.
Awesome. Ari, you're up next.
I'm also going to dismount, and then I'll pull out my short bow and have it ready, but I don't want to shoot unless one of them starts attacking us.
So using half of your speed, you dismount, drawing forth your short bow, knocking an arrow. Are you wanting to hold your action?
Yeah.
What is going to be the trigger when you potentially release your held action?
Well, one of them, the direwolves, lunges towards us or rushes at us.
Sounds good. Kelbrix, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna stay on the horse, and I'm gonna use my action to take the tuning fork and smack it against my mace to see if it'll do anything.
Quickly pulling out the tuning fork, you strike it against your illuminated mace. Would you please give me an Arcana check?
Oh boy! Yay! That's 4 with no modifier. So yay, 4.
As the humming of the tuning fork reaches a certain vibration, you begin to feel it vibrate in the palm of your hand. The vibrations sends the direwolves into this haunting, echoing howl, as that will send them into an aggressive state as they all take their held action to charge.
That didn't work!
Wrong move!
Now, they are definitely coming in to attack. Ari, you hadn't held action if they charged or came toward you all. Would you like to trigger your held action now?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the one that's closest to Gorath.
Exhaling, you let the bowstring slide through your fingertips as the arrow flies towards the charging direwolves.
13. 18 plus 5 hit.
A 13. As the arrow flies closer and closer, it'll land in the dirt between the legs of the running direwolf, missing. Kelbrix, it is still your turn, as that was just the triggered held actions used from both the direwolves as well as Ari. Is there anything else you want to do?
Well, so striking the tuning fork, that was my action.
Yes, in combination with the Arcana check.
Okay, well, I'll hop off Buttercup, and yeah, that's it. I'll just hop off Buttercup.
That will end the first round of combat, as we are now at the top of the second round, as it is the direwolf's turn. Direwolf that Ari shot at is now at a full-out sprint, charging and leaping right at you, Gorath. As it does, the direwolf is going to attempt to knock you down, Gorath. Because of the way you've postured yourself, attempting to make yourself bigger, I'm going to give you advantage on the strength saving throw.
That's right. 24. 18 plus 6.
As the direwolf leaps at you, you will be tall enough and quick enough to throw your shield up, as the impact of the massive creature will cause you to dig in your feet as you slide back a few inches, as the direwolf will bounce off your shield. It lands on the ground, gathering its composure as it's going to turn, facing you, preparing for its next move. The next direwolf is going to charge Kelbrix as it comes rushing in, attempting to bite you, Kelbrix. Let's see. Will a 19 sink its teeth into you?
Yeah, that hits.
And That'll be 12 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
Oh,
Blood begins drawing to the surface of your hand as the direwolf begins violently twisting while it still has its bite clenched. As you pull your hand free, you feel your flesh tear as blood begins to pour down your hand, ending its turn. The third and final direwolf is going for Gorath's horse as it attempts to bite the horse.
ugh.
Dude.
It will miss your horse, Gorath. As your horse is quick enough to avoid the attack, this will end the direwolf's turn. Gorath, it is now your turn.
All right, well, I am going to attempt to bop this direwolf in front of me on the head with my new bright, shiny Warn. Well, it's not bright and shiny, it's a nice Warn hammer. It's seen good times, and it's about to see some more good times.
Oh, Warren.
The Warn hammer.
Absolutely. Make your attack, please.
All right, I'm going to hold off with my left hand, so this is going to be a one-handed strike. And that is a dirty 20.
Oh yeah, that will definitely hit.
I'm going to boop him on the head, right?
Yep.
All right. That is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage to the top of the head.
Excellent. As you bring down your mighty warhammer, you will feel the cracking of the direwolf's skull as it shakes it off, but it is staggered. As it stills itself, the wolf shows that it still has vigor and fight left in it.
Am I able to use an unarmed strike as a bonus attack?
Why, yes, Gorath, you sure can.
All right, I'm going to headbutt the wolf, and that is going to be a 14 to hit. 8 plus 6.
14 will just hit the direwolf.
Right. And that's going to be 7 points of headbutt bludgeoning damage. Oh wait, strength modifier.
Yeah.
Plus 1, so it's 5 points of damage. Sorry.
It's still pretty good.
Yep.
Gorath, as the direwolf in front of you begins to lunge at you, you slam your massive Goliath head into its head. The sound made from the impact is like two coconuts slamming together as the direwolf is going to stagger. The creature's body posture lowers and takes a bit to reposition itself.
Well, I'm going to just sit here and growl and snarl at him now.
Ari, it'll be your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot the one that's attacking Kelbrooks.
Yes, please do.
Quickly knocking another arrow, you pull back, exhaling, letting the string through your fingertips as the arrow flies.
That's 10. 5 and 5.
10 is going to miss as the arrow strays wide left of the direwolf attacking Kelbrooks.
Come on, at this
Kelbrooks.
point, just kick it.
I'm gonna move away from my horse.
Alright, so you move away from your horse. Kelbrooks, you see an arrow zip by into the darkness, and then you see and hear Ari running in a western direction in a straight line.
Damn it.
So sorry.
Okay. Alright. What do I want to do? So, it's an action to see if this tuning fork can be used to do anything, right?
That would be correct.
God damn it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. Why not? I'm gonna use the tuning fork again. I'm gonna try this one last time before I die.
Arcana check, sir.
Alright.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
No, that's a 2.
Oh no.
And
You're gonna
nothing on the
die.
modifier.
Reaching back one last time, you smack the tuning fork again against your mace as the vibrations and sound gets to a certain pitch as it did once before. The direwolves are going to howl as the sound affects their hearing, as the sound emanating from the tuning fork just seems to anger them. You just seem to hurt their hearing, pissing them off.
Okay, great. So bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself,
That's a wise
That's a
move.
good idea.
and then I'm gonna go ahead and just drop the tuning fork and pull out my shield as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna need every boost to my AC I can get.
At this point, the horses are definitely spooked, but not to the point of being frantic or running. Your horse, Gorath, is going to raise up as it is going to attempt to trample the direwolf that attacked it. As you hear the thud of the horse and the nasty strangulation of the direwolf, as your horse will deal 8 points of bludgeoning damage to the direwolf.
That's a good horse. That's a very
Nice
good
horse.
Buttercup is going to back up a little bit, along with your horse, Ari. They're not running scared yet, as this will end the second round. As we begin the third round with the direwolves, Gorath, the direwolf in front of you, is going to attempt to bite you. Which with that number will fail, as it comes in with its teeth. You'll just use your shield in order to deflect the attack. The direwolf attacking your horse, Gorath, is next, as it, on the other hand, is going to roll good enough to hit, dealing 10 points of piercing damage to your horse, Gorath. The direwolf goes for the neck of your horse,
No.
as it will twist and ride your horse down to the ground, leaving it prone. Kelbrix, the direwolf in front of you, is going to attempt to bite you again, as it has the taste of your blood in its jaws. As the direwolf lunges at the hand holding your mace, you are able to quickly maneuver it away from the snapping jaws of the direwolf.
Alright, thanks.
With that, this will end the direwolf's turn, as it is now Gorath's turn.
Alright. Crap. Alright, so I'm just going to continue to bludgeon away at the direwolf that's attacking me. Shoot. Alright, that's a dirty 20 again. 14 and 6.
Oh, it definitely hits again.
I'm going to do the same thing and crack it on the score. That is going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Excellent.
Ah, now I get to continue with my bonus action. I'm going to headbutt this damn thing again.
Yeah, you are.
That is a nat 20. Total of 26 to headbutt.
Well then. Gorath, after pummeling the direwolf twice in the head with your newly acquired warhammer,
Beautiful.
as well as serving it up a headbutt,
It's beautiful too.
this particular headbutt is going to be very effective, obviously, with a nat 20.
Great.
Because you've softened the skull quite a bit, the damage will actually be double.
So 10 points.
No, it'll actually give you, I believe, 1 extra point.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get 6 instead of 5.
That's going to work for me.
Gorath, at this point, is there
Severe brain trauma.
a lot of it? There's also a sizable dent forming on the direwolf's head, as the impact from the second headbutt will split open the wolf's skin as blood begins pouring from the wound. It is violently trying to gather its composure. It seems very disorientated after taking all those blows to the head. Is there anything else, or will that be your turn?
That shall end my turn.
All right, Ari, you are up.
Okay, I'll try and shoot at the direwolf. That seems to be focused on Kelbrix again. And that's 21. 18 plus 3.
Quickly knocking another arrow, you adjust your sight on the direwolf attacking Kelbrix. As you exhale, letting the bowstrings once again slide through your fingertips, as the arrow zips across, sinking into the wolf.
6 for piercing damage.
Don't forget you have an ally nearby.
Oh yeah.
Sneak attack.
So sneak attack 2d6. That will be an additional 10 points of sneak attack damage.
The arrow will sink deep into the ribs of the wolf, as it will cry out and howl in pain, as it now has an arrow embedded in the side of the wolf's ribs. Kelbrix, you're up, sir.
Okay, yeah. If I get hit one more time, I'm probably going to be dead. So I'm going to reach out, dropping my mace to cast Inflict Wounds on this direwolf.
Okay, just doing it first level.
Yeah. Let's see. That will be 19 to hit.
Oh, that will absolutely hit.
Alright, so that'll be 3d10 points of necrotic damage. So that is 9, 12, and 16 points of necrotic damage.
Damn.
How does Kelbrix want to do this?
Alright, so I'm gonna drop my mace, and I'm gonna grab onto my holy symbol, and then I'm gonna grab the tuning fork and just jab into the side of this beast and try to hit exactly where Ari's arrow hit at.
Nice.
And just push that arrow in just a little bit as the necrotic energy wraps around it.
And with that, the direwolf falls, leaving 2 left. Taking inspiration from you, Buttercup will move over, raising up, attempting to trample the direwolf attacking Gorath's horse. As Buttercup will hit, dealing enough damage to the direwolf, landing on his back.
Damn, Buttercup.
Thank you, Buttercup.
Gorath, your horse will attempt to free itself from the grip of the direwolf's jaws, trying to stand up from being prone. As it fights to free itself, it will remain in the direwolf's clutches, prone, on the ground, struggling. As the struggle continues, Ari's horse will quickly move over to help its friends, raising up to trample the direwolf, holding down your horse, Gorath. As it will land its front 2 hooves into the direwolf, successfully trampling the direwolf, dealing a lot of bludgeoning damage, almost like a rogue's horse would do.
What a good horse. And I'm just gonna name her Sam to make things easier.
That'll be a total of 13 points of bludgeoning damage on the direwolf. And with that, the damage is significant enough to force the direwolf to release its hold on your horse, Gorath, giving a window of opportunity for your horse to stand up from prone, getting itself upright as it'll back off, wounded, as this will be the end of round 3. Top of round 4 brings us to the 2 remaining direwolf's turn, as the direwolf in front of you, Gorath, is going to continue focusing its attack on you, as it attempts to bite you with 12.
14 is my AC when my shield's equipped.
With a snap of its jaw, it'll miss tearing into your exposed flesh, as it begins circling you, looking for a better window of attack. The other direwolf that your horses have been tangling with changes its direction of attack towards Ari's horse. As it lunges in, sinking its teeth into your horse, Ari, as it deals 10 points of piercing damage to your horse, Ari.
Rude.
Biting into the neck of your horse now, Ari. The direwolf will bring him, her, they, them,
Her.
as she is now brought down prone, the same way as Gorath's horse. Gorath, it is now your turn.
Right, I am going to attempt to finish this one off with the Warhammer. I'm going to do another single-handed hammer strike to the brain. And that is a 16 to hit, 10 plus 6.
A 16 will make connection with the direwolf.
And that will be 7 points of happy hammer bludgeoning damage.
Striking with your mighty warhammer, you make almost like
Straight.
like a straight over the top pound on the direwolf, as the hammer is going to split its skull open as bits of the brain pour out of the hole,
Nom, nom.
as
Tasty.
well
Nom,
as
nom, nom.
stick to your warhammer as you pull your warhammer back. Spurts of blood shoot out as the direwolf collapses, as you hear the commotion with the horses taking place behind you.
Alright, I'm going to take a bonus action to headbutt the direwolf behind me, trying to throw it off balance.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack for the infamous headbutt.
Oh, no, that's not going to work. That's an 8. 2 plus 6.
Oh, I'm sorry, big
Versus
fella,
Brr.
but that does not hit the direwolf. Ari, it is your turn.
I'm gonna shoot at the last direwolf now. Try.
Awesome. Quickly knocking an arrow, you shift your sight over towards the lone direwolf as you let the bowstrings once again slip to your fingertips.
I got a 7, 2, and 5.
Oh, that narration for nothing. As the arrow flies from your short bow, it veers towards your horse, Ari,
No.
as it glances its saddle.
No, damn. Okay, I'll move farther up then, next to Kelbrix, and that'll be it.
Kelbrix, you are up.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna turn around, looking at this direwolf. I'm gonna grab my holy symbol and take the tuning fork, hitting the tuning fork against my holy symbol to cast Toll the Dead.
Mm.
All right.
So it's kind of a unique little thing to throw it in and use the tuning fork, but DC 13 Wisdom save.
I can tell you it will grievously fail with the roll I just performed.
Nice. All right.
And it is wounded.
Okay, so it'll take 1d12 points of damage. That will be 9 points of necrotic damage.
As the vibration from the tuning fork rings out from your holy symbol, it causes the direwolf to relinquish its grasp on Ari's horse as it howls in agony.
Okay, well, that is all I got.
This will end round 4 as we begin the top of round 5 with the lone direwolf. The direwolf will then turn facing the tree line as it disengages, moving 40 feet in a straight line back towards the forest line. It's not there yet, but it's moving as fast as it can. Gorath, it'll be your turn.
Well, I'm going to sprint after the running direwolf.
All right, so you're going to dash after it?
Yeah. Oh, I can't see. So, what direction was he going? I'm gonna run with the full intent of I'm gonna battering ram this direwolf with my head.
As you charge in the general direction with full intent of ramming this direwolf with your head, go ahead, make a bonus action unarmed strike roll at disadvantage due to the fact there is not enough light from Kelbric's light source causing you to make a blind attack.
And that is a 20 to hit. 14 plus 6.
Oh, that will definitely hit.
That is 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
As you blindly charge in, lowering your head like a battering ram, you slam into the side of the direwolf, causing it to run off balance like a dog on a wet tile floor trying to run. It will get its footing and continue to run. Kelbrix, you and Ari hear the yelping noise of the direwolf, but not see it. Ari, it'll be your turn.
I'm gonna turn to Kelbrix. Did he just run after that wolf into the dark?
Yes, he did.
I'm just gonna let him go.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I'm just gonna move over towards my horse.
All right.
And I am not gonna try and shoot at it, because I can't see it, and I don't want to hit Gorath.
Moving over towards your horse, Ari, you can see she is struggling to get herself up. You may lend a hand to help if you wish.
Definitely.
As you help her to her hooves, Ari, she staggers a bit as you see she is bleeding. Kelbrix, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna pick my mace back up. That way I can take my light source with me. I'm gonna move 20 feet in the direction of the tree line where Gorath went running.
Yes.
And seeing the wolf.
You sure do now, as Gorath will as well.
Alright. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on it, so it has to make a DC. You know what? Actually, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead again. Doing the same thing, using the tuning fork to kind of make it ringing.
Okay, and what was the DC again?
Wisdom save DC 13.
Unfortunately, this time the direwolf is going to pass it.
Aww.
Alright, well, that's all I can really do.
This will now end the 5th round as we begin the 6th round with the direwolf, again, disengaging, moving its 40 feet into the forest. As it runs into the forest, the foliage and the fog will swallow it up, as you can hear it getting deeper and deeper into the forest beyond your line of sight. You all are more than welcome to pursue after the direwolf, but without having sight mixed with the obscurity of the fog and foliage, it would be a wild goose chase.
I'm going to go back to the horses.
Yeah, since I lost sight of it, I'll head back as well. And I will cast Cure Wounds on both the horses.
Okay.
So starting with Ari's horse, it will get back 5 points of health.
Nice.
Definitely helps.
Cool.
Not fully healed, but on the right path.
Alright, and Gorath's will get back 7 points.
With your healing energies prayed into the horses, they look much better. As Gorath makes his way back to the group, you each notice he looks like a boy who just lost his ball over the fence of the crazy neighbor with a dog. He's sad,
Aw.
dragging his hammer through the earth, and that is where we will end this chapter of our story.
Ooh.